gon' snow no more. Ain't gon' snow no more. Ain't gon' snow no more. Ain't gon' snow no more. Rain gon' pour and pour. 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 Fire don't stop no more. 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 Ain't gon' snow 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 no more. Rain gon' pour and pour. 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 Fire don't stop no more. Fire don't stop no more. Fire don't stop no more. Fire don't stop no more.
Hello, hello, c'est Chloé Sarrame sur Rinse. Welcome everyone in this cloudy Paris today. Je reçois un guitariste, membre incontournable de la scène jazz anglaise actuelle. Et on va passer quelques morceaux en l'attendant avec beaucoup de guitares, des morceaux qui viennent de sortir, des morceaux plus anciens. Et je reviens bientôt. toujours Oscar Jerome qui arrive et qui nous rejoint dans les studios de Rinse ici à Paris pour la promotion de son nouvel album The Fork. On vient de s'écouter Jeff Parker, un titre aussi de Réservoir qui vient de sortir, et puis on va enchaîner avec un titre de Barney Keane qui sort un album avec des sublimes guitares chez Touching Bass en mai. À tout de suite.
get lost before you're found. Use it. Use it well. Music for fail. To lift that heavy brow with the sound. You know, you gotta get lost before you're found.
First dates, yeah. Baby, is you a freak? Try and go swimming in your creek, dig it deep, hit the peaks. Damn, what a feeling. A nigga need release, like damn, what a feeling. Oh, a nigga need release, like damn, what a feeling. Oh, yeah, like damn, no, a nigga need release, like damn, what a feeling. Oh, a nigga need release, like damn, what a feeling. No, a nigga need release, no, a nigga need release, no, a nigga need release, no, a nigga need release.
Yeah, black people can jump high. You gotta jump. You gotta do something when you're running from the police.
Oscar Jerome a eu 33 ans. L'âge de raison peut-être, celui en tout cas où il se donnait un défi, produire lui-même pour la première fois un album dans son intégralité. L'auteur, compositeur, interprète, guitariste incontournable de la scène jazz anglaise actuelle est connu pour avoir notamment composé avec Ebo Taylor le tube de Cocoroco Abusé Junction, a sorti The Fork sur le label anglais New Soul. Il nous rejoint dans les studios de Rinse pour parler de ce qu'il décrit comme son disque préféré à ce jour. Hello Oscar.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. The song, we were like listening to music when we were waiting for you because you're doing a lot of promo here in Paris today. We were listening to Use It, which I love. And it was the first one, I guess, you work on when starting your new record, The Fork, right?
Use It is the last tune on The Spoon.
Yeah, but it was the first song you used to sample.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I sampled it, for the song The Butter.
Okay. And then you entirely resampled your Semaphore and COVID-made album, The Spoon. As a hip-hop related gesture, why? Why did you do that?
There's no particular reason, really. I was just doing whatever came to me. There's only a couple of the tracks which are actually samples from The Spoon. The rest of them were just all made originally, completely new.
Is it something to do with sustainability in music? Or no?
No.
You said I read you said something about Q-Tip, which is an artist you like apparently. I'm quoting you. He shapes his instrumental to match his vocal style and message, and it really comes through. That's something I try to do with The Fork too. What was the biggest challenge of producing an entire album of your own for the first time?
I think a lot of it was just overcoming some imposter syndrome, because I have worked with so many amazing producers in the past, and I never really saw myself as a really accomplished producer. But now, it helped to make me realize that, I can do this myself. So, yeah.
You were producing before a bit.
I was, some tracks from my previous albums, like, for example, my song Sweet Isolation and some other things I had produced. And generally, I would always produce songs to a certain point and then bring them to the band and another producer, and then they would help me finish them. So, yeah.
Will your next album be called The Knife?
It will not, sadly.
Oh,
sorry.
no, sadly.
Everyone has been asking me that.
Oh,
so
wow.
for that very
reason,
it will not be.
And will you be rocking on sample as well?
The next project, I think I'm going to go in a slightly different direction, but I'm not going to tell people what that is until it happens.
All right, mystery.
Yeah.
How did learning, practicing, maybe struggling with the guitar changed you as a human being?
It definitely taught me discipline. It taught me patience. It taught me the power of just practice and hard work, and how you can really do things that you would never imagine if you just put small bits of time into it every day.
Because when you begin, you were like super little. You begin with classic guitar, right?
Yeah.
And then jazz guitar at adolescence, maybe?
I was about 8 when I started playing classical guitar, and then jazz when I was around 14.
Was it at school, or you took classes by yourself, like private lessons?
I had private lessons for classical, and then I had a jazz piano teacher that came to my school who taught me. I would bring my guitar to lessons with him, and then he would teach me about jazz harmony and show me different artists and stuff.
You still have your old guitar? You like your first guitar at home?
My first... I actually don't, which is sad. My first classical guitar is no longer with us. It broke, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's dead.
Yeah.
The media called you a key figure of the London jazz scene, but you're also a songwriter. You actually write really good, really great pop songs. How did it take for you to find your sound with the guitar? Is it still evolving today?
I think it's always evolving, and it's something that happened very naturally for me. It's not something I really had to think about. People always ask me like, oh, how did you get that sound? Or like, how can I make my guitar sound like yours? But to be honest, it's just from what I enjoy listening to. It's happened naturally.
And you're singing since forever, or you started like before or after playing guitar?
I always sang ever since I was a kid. I always thought of myself as more of a guitarist than a singer, just because I trained as a guitarist a lot more. But I've actually always sang.
You trained as a singer?
I've had lessons. I've had some lessons, but definitely not put as many hours as I have into the guitar.
What's your relationship with the guitar? Is it peaceful now? Are you comfortable with your instrument, or you're still struggling with it?
I mean, I think with any instrument, it's always a never-ending journey. I don't feel like anyone will ever feel like they are completely accomplished at their instrument, even if someone says that someone has mastered it. Yeah, you can't. I don't think it's possible to master an instrument. And for me, I definitely don't feel like I've mastered the instrument. But, you know, it is a part of who I am. It's an extension of me as a person.
What about singing? Because like few singers, or maybe most singers, consider their voice as an instrument, and maybe they can struggle as well practicing the voice. What about you? What is the relationship with your voice?
The voice has definitely been harder for me. And I feel like my singing has got better in the last couple of years since I did more lessons. But it's a physical thing, so it gets, you know, it's a lot more work to just keep the throat good. Like now I'm on tour, I'm constantly getting a sore throat. I'm constantly having to be drinking ginger teas and warming up and going ooh all the time. And people look at me like I'm crazy, but yeah, it's a much harder thing to keep good, the voice. Yeah.
And when you're a little bit sick, you're definitely fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Preparing this show, I always ask which song the artist is always playing live, and you answered "Sun for Someone," which was released in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Do your older songs continue to evolve when you perform them live?
Definitely, yeah. Because I like to play with musicians that make my music go to a new place. I always like to play with people that will evolve my music. And for me, I'm always growing as an artist and as a musician. And I love that the live space is somewhere where it can, you know, it can be a bit different. I don't feel like anyone comes to my shows wanting to hear the record, because they listen to us because we're good musicians. So, yeah.
Most of the time it's longer. The tracks are longer because you're improvising maybe on it, like playing guitar longer at the end of the track.
Yeah.
Do you have some other tricks than getting the tracks longer?
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of the songs, they have production elements in it, but then when I'm playing with the band, I might let certain things from the instruments come to the forefront more, because those production elements aren't in there so much. So you might hear more feature from the percussion, or like like a bass solo, or like, I don't know. Yeah.
Have you ever felt like not playing a song or tune because it was too produced or too hard to be played live, to produce? I don't know.
No. I don't think so.
You're playing everything.
We've always find a way to do it. And now, even with this album, it being more produced, we are bringing in some of those elements with like samples, like playing the samples and live and stuff. So, yeah.
You like this work? Working on the live show, adapting the song?
I love it. Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's a nice challenge, and I just enjoy seeing how people react to it when we play it live as well.
You prefer being on stage or in the studio?
It completely depends, to be honest. I think...
On what?
When I get into the flow of being on stage and playing every night, I really love it. But when I have to do just one-off gigs, sometimes I overthink it and get more nervous and stuff. And then I would prefer being in the studio. Because, you know, the studio is a more relaxed environment. Yeah.
Do you miss the stage when you're not on stage for like 1 year or maybe more?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Are you at peace with your early music? Is it difficult to be at peace with your early music when you're an artist?
At peace. I get. What exactly do you mean by
Do you
at
feel
peace?
comfortable with your early music when you listen to it? Maybe you can be like, "Oh wow, I did that. I'm not recognizing me in this tune or in this way of
Yeah.
playing the guitar. I don't know."
I think especially when you write lyrics, there's always going to be things that make you cringe about
You're getting
yourself
mature,
when you're
getting
younger.
older. Yeah.
Yeah, you might try and talk about certain social or political things, and you're kind of like, oh, I probably would have said that differently now, or like,
Yeah.
Just even stylistically, there's some choices that I wouldn't make now, but it had a time and a place, and that was me then. So
Yeah,
I
sure.
try to just accept it for what it is.
So you're at peace.
I guess so, yeah.
You compose on guitar exclusively.
No, I compose with drums as well, or like I do stuff with like drum machines, or
Right.
but mainly I usually start songs with the guitar. Yeah.
All right. And when you do it, you start with the melody, with chords, with the lyrics. How do
Usually
you
with
start?
chords. Yeah.
With chords.
Yeah.
As a guitar player.
hmm
Do your past live performances influence the way you compose songs?
Past live performances. I guess you get to see what things people react to well. But to be honest, I don't know if that does. Like I think I'm always trying to grow as an artist, so I'm not necessarily going to be looking to the past for where I'm going. I'm always looking forward.
Is your approach to composition spontaneous, or do you set dedicated times for it? Like
It depends, but I think having dedicated time is helpful for me. Just being able to be like, okay, I'm locking myself away, and this is because I get so easily distracted by things. And these days, you constantly your phone's ringing, people are WhatsApping you, and like to be able to just be like, I'm going to shut myself away, and it's helpful for me. Yeah.
On the tour, you perform with the bass and drums. I saw it on social media. We were talking about that just before. While you play guitar yourself, what will be your dream setup? If you have, like, I don't know, the means, like the money to I don't know, invite a chorus, I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would love to have some backing vocalists. I would love to have some musicians that can do a few different things, that are like some great backing vocalists, and maybe play a bit of synths, and just to be able to incorporate some more of the production, kind of like dubby sounds, and like maybe some people to do some effects as well. Yeah, I usually play with percussion as well, but to be honest, I've been enjoying playing with the trio. It's quite nice. It's got a nice feel about it. It's quite free, just how open it is.
For how long have you playing with them, with your bassist and your drummer?
I've played with the bassist, Jonathan Moko, for a pretty long time, a few years, maybe like four years maybe. And then Ben Groves, the drummer, this is the first time I played with him. Is on this. He did one show before this tour.
Okay.
But he's doing a great job. So.
You starting touring in Europe, and I saw on Instagram people asking you like a lot to come to Brazil, to Australia, blah blah blah. Are you planning to do so?
I would love to. I mean, it's all a matter of the
Money.
moolah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a stereotype. People always saying, come to Brazil. And I would love to. Believe me, I would love to.
Yeah.
And I know I have a big audience in Australia. So yeah, hopefully we'll get there.
You have a big audience in Brazil?
I don't know about Brazil. Probably, I imagine so. I mean, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, sure.
I know I definitely do in Australia.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do you still enjoy touring as much as you did on day one? Or now it became a job?
I
and
think
you're
I
getting
like
used
it.
to- Yeah.
I like it more now, I think, because I understand how it works more now. So I understand how to look after myself, and I've also built a team around me who are great people to be on tour with. Whereas at first, I think the people I was with weren't necessarily the right people to be in that intense environment with for so long. So, yeah.
How many guitars do you bring with you when you're touring?
3.
3.
Yes.
Right. The one you prefer, or the one that are best to be on stage? What do you choose?
Yeah, I have one main guitar that I play for most stuff, which is like a custom guitar that was made for me by Ibanez, which is like a kind of hollow body kind of electric guitar. I have another one which is very similar to that, which is more of like a backup in case anything happens with that one.
Yeah, sure.
And then I have this like an electric nylon string guitar. It's kind of like a classical guitar mixed with an electric guitar that I've been playing on this tour, which has been really fun to play.
All right. What's the most you're ever spent on a guitar?
Oh, wow. The most, I've never really spent that much on a guitar. Probably because like this guitar is probably, the one that I have now is probably the most expensive, but I didn't pay for it because they gave it to me.
Ouais.
So I don't actually know how much it's worth. Probably £1,500,
Oh,
probably. So yeah, not that much.
pretty cheap. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think you need to spend loads on a guitar. If you buy them secondhand, you can get a great instrument for pretty cheap. Like, Yeah.
Some are really expensive too.
Yeah, but it's unnecessary. Like,
Yeah, you think?
yeah.
All right.
A guitar for £13,000 could never be better
Like a
than a
vintage
guitar
Gibson or something
yeah,
like that.
I mean, I get it if it's, if
A
it's
gift for yourself. Like,
Yeah. But
if you have a lot of money, I don't know. It depends on people, I guess.
yeah, I guess so.
What's your dream guitar to buy? Do you have one?
I'd love to have one of the Wes Montgomery Gibsons. I borrowed one from Gibson a while ago. They used to lend me guitars, and it's the big fat jazz guitar, and it's so nice to play. I think that was worth about 13,000 probably.
Well,
But yeah, I would like to have one of them just to play at home. Yeah.
do you conceptualize a tour? Do you think a lot of scenography, of like your wardrobe, or you're like doing like with no thinking about that stuff and just playing music? How do you feel about that?
I think about it a bit, in terms of like what I'm wearing, I will kind of plan, what the certain look is for that project. Like previously I had like a character that I was playing for the Spoon. It was called Jerry, I would always wear a suit and like a
So you're
slick
thinking
back
about
hair.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And then this one, the look is the old Slim Shady. And then, yeah.
We
I don't
cannot
know.
see on the radio. Actually, we can, but you have gray hair today.
Yeah.
All right. How do you build your set list?
I want to open with it's good to open with a bang to make people kind of captivated from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I like to take people on a bit of a journey, to then maybe bring it down at some point. And then usually towards the end, you want to kind of keep the energy up and get people dancing and moving. And yeah.
What's the bang?
What's
The banger you start
the
with?
banger? Often we start with Sun for Someone
All right.
because that works. It's always worked so well as an intro. Yeah.
How does it work? Like people dancing, people singing,
Yeah,
everything.
people sing along, and I think also because it has like quite a mad guitar solo at the beginning as well, and like quite a very like strong ending. People are usually like pretty excited after that one.
Do you adapt all your song for the live performances, or there are some that you don't work that much to adapt? You're playing like this.
It completely depends. Yeah, some tracks they just translate to the band much more easily, and some they take a bit more thinking about. Yeah.
Do you have a routine before going on stage?
Yeah, I try and warm up my voice, warm up on the guitar, just try and have a little moment of peace before, really. Usually it depends how much of a hurry we're in. I usually try to eat a little while before, maybe some ginger teas. Just,
You in a hurry person.
I mean, when you're on tour, a lot of the time you end up being in a hurry. So,
How does touring affect you? How has it changed you compared to before? If it has.
No, it definitely has. I've traveled to so many places around the world, and I think when you come to a country with something to offer that is not just money, it's of a different type of value. I think you often form relationships with people there because they feel grateful that you're bringing something. And I think through that, I've made some really great friends like all around the world and been able to experience like the culture of places in a different way than if I was just going as a tourist.
I received Anaïs, who you work with her for the album, and she said that about Brazil, and the country had a huge effect on her.
Yeah.
What was the last concert you attended?
The last concert I attended, that I can remember right now, it was a McGee concert
in London.
In London, yeah.
How was it? Never saw him.
So good. The guy is amazing.
Like emo style with the hair on his face and everything, or
he's always backlit on his live show. He always has just the lights from behind, so you can't really see him or the band very well, which I think is really cool. It's like a very kind of unique light show.
Not your vibe.
No, not really my vibe, I guess. But yeah.
What kind of concert goer are you? What do you look for when you're attending a concert?
I mean, I just want to enjoy myself. It depends. I might go to something because I just want to dance. I might go to something because I really want to concentrate on their artistry and their musicianship. Just a
tough question.
Yeah, because there's just so many different types of concert that I might go to. Yeah.
And as an artist, what's your ideal audience?
I like people that will concentrate and be quiet in the quiet parts, but then be very vocal and give you a lot in the more energetic parts. You know, when people give you a lot of vocal feedback, it helps to carry, like, I feel like so much more confident and I perform so much better.
You playing with them, with the audience, making them sing, or like, I don't know, playing with the melody?
I'm not so much the type of person to be like, sing along and hold the mic out to the audience, stuff like that. But I definitely do interact with them.
You have to.
Yeah. And
it's part of the job, actually. Yeah.
And I really appreciate it when people are just, they give that feedback. So.
Why do you make music? Is it a need, a challenge to yourself and others, or simply a way to feel better? Maybe something else?
It's just part of who I am. Literally, it's all I've ever known. Like, I've always written songs as long as I can remember. So I can't really see myself doing anything else.
At 8, when you're starting guitar, you were writing songs?
Yeah. I mean, they were pretty crap, but they were songs still.
You still have them? You still have the texts?
Maybe somewhere, but you're not gonna hear them.
maybe working on them too.
Yeah, there are some videos of my teenage rock band on YouTube. But,
oh wow!
But
is it an announcement? We have to dig it.
No. I mean, if anyone finds them,
shout out to him or her. Yeah. Sorry, two questions left. You left Kokoroko before the debut album came out. Did you have time to tour with the band before that?
Yeah. I toured a lot with them. Yeah, especially in France. But I went all over the place with them because after the EP came out, we were already getting a lot of gigs, and yeah.
How long was it? Many years, or?
I was in the band for probably 5 years, maybe.
All right.
Yeah, because before we released the project, we were gigging a lot. Yeah, we were just playing around London a lot.
Not only in London.
Yeah.
Now the band is internationally successful. Do you earn a lot of royalties from Abuse Junction?
I do okay off it.
Yeah.
I do okay off it. Yeah.
Cool. Will we be seeing you in a stadium someday, playing on a stadium?
I don't know. That's not a question for me. That's a question for everyone else.
Yeah,
I mean,
why?
I hope so.
You're singing pop songs.
Yeah, I guess so. Could be. Yeah, I hope so.
It's not a dream for you.
To be honest, I would love that, but at the same time, I'm just happy with being able to just make music for a living and, stay creative. I want to keep pushing myself as an artist and keep developing as a person. Like, being famous and rich isn't necessarily the peak of success for me. Yeah.
You still live in London, or you're living in London?
Yeah, I live in London, yeah.
You're not planning to move? You're
I
happy
don't know.
with...
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. London's getting quite a difficult place to live right now, but then there's so much I love about it as well.
Creatively, you're surrounded by so many creative people and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. The Fork de Oscar Jerome est disponible sur toutes les plateformes. Il est actuellement en tournée à travers l'Europe et joue ce soir à Copenhague, puis Oslo et Stockholm. Merci Oscar, thank you Oscar. On se quitte avec un titre de son dernier album. J'étais ravie de vous retrouver pour un nouvel épisode de Première et je vous dis à bientôt sur Rinse.
Rinse.
Kisses me in stolen time. You, my borrowed other. Your skin seems burnished against the pale sheets. My hands are full with the sag of your stomach that rests lightly on your lap. When you sit, full of your slender neck, adorned with links of gold, bought by your mother in Ghana, initial resting on breastbone. You sleep so still, like the small intake of breath. You quiver when I kiss the slope, leading your neck into your back. When I kiss the three tones of your skin, patched like an atlas of half a continent. Patched like an atlas of half a continent. These borrowed nights, after not speaking for months, are when it feels best, sweetest, soft, like lines that cut through flesh. Best, sweetest, soft, like lines that cut through flesh. I pull you into my mouth with a tenderness reserved for sucking seeds out of black grape flesh. You sigh, eyes tight. I know in my absence you've prayed for this. I know in your absence I've prayed for this. We've prayed for this. We've prayed for this. We've prayed for this.
always come for someone. The sun will always come for someone. But it doesn't shine for everyone, and it doesn't come on time. The sun will always come for someone. The sun will always come for someone. But it doesn't shine for everyone, and it doesn't come on time.
Melancholy evidence, happily parade their ignorance. The earth will sigh as it watches us die, no, along with our belligerents. Someone screaming trouble in the paradox. No time to bless your cotton socks. A man thick with soot, I pull them lessons out your throat with the fishing hook. Cause lately I've been finding blood in the bathroom basin.
Come for someone. The sun will always come for someone. But it doesn't shine for everyone, and it doesn't come on time.
Ferocious lack. The sky turned black. It was the middle of the day by the time my hair turned grey and my mind lost track. I've been working night and day in the paradox, thanking God for the Goldilocks. I breathe deep, cry long, scream loud, searching for sanction on a stormy cloud. Cause there's a tornado in my teacup and it's shaking.